The Daily Excellence category rewards exemplary journalism produced by any Canadian media where all of the research, interviews, reporting, writing, filing, and publication or broadcast took place within a single day. There are 6 finalists in this category. The first finalist is a team of 5 from CBC News Saskatchewan for its work on the April 2018 tragedy that saw 16 players and personnel with the Humboldt Broncos killed in a collision. One of 3 finalists tonight in this category touching on this event. The CBC's entry included summaries on each of the 16 who perished, as well as a mix of video and text coverage as the extent of the crash started to become clear. The second finalists are the team from the Canadian Press, with their coverage of the Humboldt Broncos' fatal collision. In this entry, the Canadian Press shows how effectively it mobilized on the big news of the day, getting journalists on the ground, feeding copy to editors at several bureaus, and even taken to the air with its photographer. That photographer shot what is likely the most reproduced and most remembered visual from the scene of the collision. Our next finalists are Omar Sachedina and Mark Demours for their coverage of the Indonesian earthquake in Palu, broadcast on CTV National News. This entry shows the skill in dealing with the technical challenges of reporting from a natural disaster, without letting those challenges interfere with sharing a compelling story, in this case, a parent's anguish.
Jambar is a geologist. Academically, he understands how the tragedy happened. Emotionally, he's struggling with why. For 2 days, he searched for his 3 missing children, the youngest just 3 years old. He found them, buried underneath their house, now in pieces. This is what the family home looked like before. 5 months ago, his wife passed away. Maybe, he says, God didn't think I was capable of raising them alone.
The fourth finalist is the Ottawa Citizen's Andrew Duffy for his entry titled The Death of Jonathan Pitre. Duffy had been following Pitre, who earned the nickname Butterfly Boy, throughout his teenage years as he lived with epidermolysis bullosa. On April 5, 2018, Duffy was told by the teenager's mother he had died. This entry shows the value of a reporter's relationship with sources, and how that helped Duffy pull together a compelling tribute to Jonathan, which was posted later that same day. The fifth nominee in this category is the team from Postmedia's Saskatchewan dailies at the Saskatoon Star Phoenix and the Regina Leader Post for its Humboldt bus fatality coverage. This last entry in this category, focused on coverage from that tragic day, displays the strength of both newsrooms working together to gather as much information as possible from the ground and the desk. It, too, was able to include some information on the 16 who perished in the collision, along with the distraught reactions as the nation and the world learned of the tragedy. The final finalists are Michael Robinson and Alexandre Boudreau, whose entry, There Were No Goodbyes, was published by the Telegraph Journal in St. John, New Brunswick. Robinson, starting in St. John, and Boudreau, closer to the scene in Haute-la-Mecque, heard of the four-wheel rollover and crash that left 13-year-old Marc-André Gionnet dead. Working across 2 languages, the pair was able to craft a story that went further and let readers feel for those that were left mourning.